Hello everyone, hello, Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. It's a very special one, it's the new, look at the new White Maltesers. Yes, very highly anticipated. Apparently there's almost been riots getting these things apparently. So, so I managed to get some. I was very lucky actually. Strange story, basically at work I was, there's a sweets machine at work and I usually have a look in to see if there's anything interesting and didn't spot anything interesting. And later on in the day, one of my colleagues basically tried to buy some Maltesers and they got stuck in the machine. And then they basically bought another one and they got them both because they got two came out at once then because obviously you know the way it goes. And then they realised it was white chocolate and they didn't want them and yeah, so it's quite subtle. You know, I guess at a distance you won't immediately see that it's not dark chocolate or not milk chocolate. But yeah, so basically they gave them to me, so it's just in the right place at the right time because otherwise I just would have missed it. So there we go, so very happy with this. And yeah, apparently let's say selling quite fast really, selling like hotcakes, selling like white chocolate Maltesers basically. So they were around a few years back, maybe 2018, something like that I think. I'm not sure when they were discontinued. I don't know if they were limited edition then or not. I'm not sure, but let me know in the comments if you know. But anyway, they're back now and they're very highly anticipated. So thank you, Andrew Winton, for putting me onto these ones were out and about because I basically, yeah, he's a massive fan of these and we're looking forward to it as well. I hope he likes them. I'm sure he said he did, but I can't quite recall. Let me know, Andrew, in the comments anyway. Well, there we go. So what are they? Well, obviously white chocolate covered Maltesers basically. Usually they're milk chocolate, aren't they? You know, 30-gram bag. Seems like it should be a bit heavier than that, really, but it doesn't feel heavier, but you feel like it should be more. But I guess they are filled with aerated honeycomb centres. So, what does it say? White chocolate 69% with a honeycombed centre 27%. All right. So what's that? 80, 80, 89, 96. So we're missing 4%. 4% air, maybe. Okay, there's the rest of the stuff. Okay. Palm fat in there, you can see. Alright. A few E numbers, but E numbers just a classification based, just an ID that the European Union gives to stuff. In other parts of the world, you just drop the E. So, you know, in Australia, for instance, they have like the same things, but rather than E401 or whatever, it's just 401. So, yeah, I mean, vitamin C is basically an E number. Everything's got, you know, an associated ID against it. So, just because it's an E number doesn't mean it's bad. But sometimes they can often be because they probably want to hide them, you know, from what they are. But, you know. So 30-gram bag. So 400 grams, 501 calories, 23 grams of fat, 14 of which are saturates. Per bag, 30 grams, 150 calories, 6.8 grams of fat, 4.2 of which are saturates. Not too bad though, really. Not too bad at all. Yeah. I was going to say, should I move myself down to open these up? Maybe we will. Yeah, let's move myself down, give them an open, chop one in half, see what's going on, and then move myself back up and give them a taste. Alright, I'll move myself down, see you in a moment. Okay, everyone, okay, going to these white chocolate Maltesers and open, and why not? So let's get straight into them. So, yeah, I don't think we expect anything too crazy when we're inside these. I think they're just going to look like white chocolate Maltesers, but you never know. Right, nice. Okay. Smell. Don't smell amazing, I must say, but only a small, you know, probably what's just in the bag, basically. Nothing too. Probably not really what they smell like generally. Look at that. Swim together. Yeah, a bit more. Close up individually, it's not so bad. So how many have we got? They're all different sizes, of course. You know, we generally got roughly, in the two stuck together, roughly, well, 20, I think. 12 to 15, yeah, 20, not too bad. So as you can see, they're not all uniform. Some bigger than others. This, that, here, it's a 30-gram bag. I don't think there's going to be much point measuring them, but nonetheless, I will. All right, so I got one here, and it's possibly an average size one. About 1.7, and this side 1.4. All right, and there's this very tiny one here, 1.6, 1.3. Okay, and the biggest one here, possibly this one, maybe this one actually. Got a bit of a ridge, a bit of a, I don't know what that is. Maybe not that one then, because it's got that thing with Bob. Let's see, let's try this one, maybe. Well, let's try this one. Does it matter? Probably not, but let's say 1.9. 1.6, so yeah, right, so not a fair size, Okay, let's give one a chop in half then, see what's going on the inside. Okay, there we go, so you can see a nice honeycomb centre there. Reasonably thick layer of chocolate on the outside, about a millimetre maybe. Too bad. Nice aerated centre as well. Good honeycomb. Alright, well there we go, so that's what it's about. But how does it taste? Well, let's open myself up and find out. Let's give them a taste. Hey everyone, okay, we're going to do these new, or new on that side even. White Chocolate Maltesers a taste, and why not? And why not? So we got them, got a couple stuck together here. So I would, I remember they did do, I think they did White Chocolate Maltesers or White Chocolate, malt balls, whatever, in Poundland a few years back. I don't think they do them anymore. And they were okay, but I found that the white chocolate didn't really work very well with the honeycomb taste. So will that be the case for these ones? Well, let's find out. Let's give them a go. Interesting. I quite like them actually. They're quite nice. I think the white chocolate works quite well. It's quite catchy and fruity, though, I must say. White chocolate often does that to me, though. So if it doesn't do that to you, then it probably won't be a problem for you. But for me, caught in the throat quite a lot there. It's actually quite nice. It's quite a nice creamy white chocolate. I feel like it perhaps does maybe overpower the honeycomb. I'm not sure I can really taste honeycomb that strongly. Yeah, but it's a nice, pleasant taste all the same. I think, as I say, you're not really getting much of a strong honeycomb taste. I think the white chocolate does overpower it, or at least for some reason doesn't work well with it. But actually, it tastes quite nice. I must say, I'm very impressed with these ones. It's just that combination just works together very well. Yeah, they're very Moorish. They're very nice, these ones. I really like them. As I say, I don't think they work well as far as you can't really taste the honeycomb. But what you can taste is just very nice. It's a lovely crunch, of course, as well. I think these are just really nice, actually. I was very surprised. I was expecting these to be a bit mundane, to be honest with you. I expected them to be a 3 out of 5, especially after the white malt balls or whatever they were from Poundland, which I didn't think were that great, and I didn't think the white chocolate worked very well. And especially when I've tasted the white chocolate other Malteser products, that don't seem to, I don't know, don't really blow my socks off. But these ones, in the pure form, I feel like the white chocolate, what they call them, Malteser truffles, whatever, and the other ones they do, sensations, whatever they call, I can't remember what they're called now. But the other things that they've done just don't seem to work that well. But these ones, yeah, they just work very nicely indeed. And I'm actually, quite happy to keep eating them. I mean, they are what they are. I don't think I can really give them a 5 out of 5. They're just white chocolate malt honeycomb, but then nonetheless they're still very nice, and I'm tempted to get close to that. So I think it's between a 4 and a 4.5. They're just very tasty, very Moorish, Oh, can I really give them a 4.5 out of 5? I think I will. A 4.5 out of 5. Very nice, these ones. As I say, maybe it's too high rating. Not really that. There's not much to them, but as I said, they just work very nicely. And the hype is well and truly worth it. 4.5 out of 5. Alright guys, let me know what you think of these ones. Do you prefer these than regular Maltesers? I think I do. But let me know what you think. Yeah, leave a comment free. Always great to hear from you. Always do best to reply. And have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.